Good evening, and welcome to your 2013 Annual Co-op Meeting. Your Board of Directors appreciates your coming here tonight. This is our opportunity to report to you on this year's activities. The state of our co-op is good. We are in a strong financial position. We have made reliability improvements, increased communications with our members, and bottom line, you are paying less now for your electric service than you were 5 years ago. In tonight's video, members of the board will provide highlights on different aspects of your co-op activities for the past year.
The focus of the Energy Committee is to ensure that your board is up to date on what's happening in the energy market and how it may impact our ability to supply you with affordable and reliable electric power. Today, your co-op operates in the competitive wholesale power market, where we have successfully secured power through 2021. Your best interests are served by a board that is knowledgeable about factors impacting the energy market in Texas. Because of this increased responsibility, the Energy Committee spends time each month reviewing energy industry trends and ensuring that your board is kept up to date on all market forces. Factors affecting our small piece of the energy pie include state and national politics, regulatory initiatives, developments in the global energy market, new technologies, and even social policies. It's a new day for directors of rural electric cooperatives. We must keep up with the changing energy environment and how it may impact our future costs while continuing to provide our members with the most reliable and competitive electric power available.
The goal of the Community Relations Committee is to monitor how we interact with our communities and how we communicate with our members. CTEC has a 67-year history of supporting the local area with various community programs. One of the most significant and one very dear to my heart is the Operation Roundup program. It's a program where CTEC members can voluntarily round up their monthly electric bills to the next whole dollar amount. Average contributions are only 50 cents per month, but this small monthly donation has allowed the program to approve 77 grants totaling over $86,000 since its inception. These grants have helped local people and organizations in our communities. If you are not already rounding up your bill, just call any CTEC office near you to sign up. We call it Neighbors Helping Neighbors. Another very important activity that impacts our local area is the CTEC Scholarship Program, which is now in its 16th year. In 2013, 35 co-op students were awarded a $1,000 scholarship. To date, your co-op has been able to award 419 scholarships to local high school students. The $419,000 used to fund these awards has not come from your electric rates, but rather from unclaimed capital credit funds. In continuing our strong commitment to student education, 3 CTEC high school students have been given a life-changing opportunity to participate in the week-long National Electric Cooperative Youth Tour in Washington, D.C. Since 1965, this prestigious program has helped students learn more about our nation's government. CTEC annually sponsors a 6th grade energy conservation class at all middle schools within the service area. The class focuses on making kids aware of how their family's actions affect their energy use and their electric bill. These are just a few of the programs where CTEC supports local communities. But we also want to make sure our members know what their co-op is all about and that we provide easy and efficient communication tools. The co-op's website address is www.ctec.coop. There you can find convenient ways to pay your bill, find the current status of projects in the field, get information about the newest high-speed satellite internet service, find links to articles and recipes in Texas Co-op Power magazine, and even find videos showing energy-saving tips to use in your home. Check it out. Also, CTEC members can now find their co-op on Facebook. Being on Facebook allows our members to get reminders about member meetings, energy efficiency, planned power supply curtailments, and Central Texas Electric's involvement in the communities they serve. It will contain timely information that benefits the membership. We're always seeking new methods of improving communication with you, so please feel free to contact us with your ideas or questions you may have. We always welcome your input.
The board has a responsibility to maintain the financial integrity of the cooperative and ensure that members receive reliable and low-cost electric service. To meet this objective, the board must balance the expectation of reliability with the cost of maintaining and improving the system. To give you an understanding of our services compared to cost, we put together a number of charts to demonstrate the value of your investment. The first chart shows our assets, indicating we have a distribution and transmission system with an investment of $134 million, or 90% of total assets. We own and maintain upwards of 6,000 miles of lines throughout 11 counties. As you can imagine, this is a widespread region requiring employees to support the maintenance of approximately 4,600 square miles of service area. Also required to service this region are the associated offices and warehouse facilities, representing 3% of our assets. As you know, we have office and warehouse facilities in Atlanta, Kingsland, Fredericksburg, and Mason. The remaining 7% of our assets represents investments, receivables, cash, inventory, and so forth. Equity in the electric system equates to your ownership of the system. Your ownership represents 38%, or $58 million of the total worth of the system, with long-term debt and current liabilities representing the remainder. We try to maintain an equity position of between 35 and 40%, which allows us to borrow the additional capital needed to build and maintain the system. Now, let's take a look at our source of revenue, which you are probably most interested in since you fund the co-op. We'll use the sample bill. The power cost passed through. The largest portion of the bill is the cost of power from our power providers. The distribution access charge and the distribution energy charge represents the remainder of the revenue that fund the distribution of electricity to our homes and businesses. So where does your dollar go? The power cost represents the largest amount we collect from you. It is more than half of every dollar collected, which makes it a high priority to seek the lowest cost power provider we can find. This is exactly what we have accomplished by changing our wholesale providers to CPS and NextEra. The operations and maintenance expense covers our cost of operating and maintaining the total electric system and represents about 21 cents of your dollar. Depreciation. All our assets are depreciated according to their expected useful life. The margins are the excess revenue over expenses that become capital credits, also known as patronage capital, and represents the member share of revenue collected. The credits are then allocated to members in proportion to the amount each member has paid for electric service. The margin are an important factor that demonstrates our financial health when it becomes necessary for us to borrow money to finance operations and improvements. The financial strength of the co-op determines when and how much of the capital credits can be returned to the members. This past year, the co-op refunded about $640,000 in general retirement capital credits. Over the course of the co-op's history, we've been able to refund a total of around $9 million. The interest represents the amount of money we are charged for the money we borrow for operating and improvements to the system. Now that we've waded through all these charts and graphs, we're going to show you one that's most important to you, your bill. As you can see from this graph, the cost of electricity for an average user of 1,500 kilowatt hours has remained steady for the past 5 years. We think this reflects very well on how the co-op has been managed. Consider also that during this 5-year period, our system has grown by 1,000 meters. This year, we have 37,040 meters, while in 2009, we had 36,021. Using the present mark of 38% equity, representing an all-time high, and good margins, we believe the co-op is in a strong financial condition.